Welcome to another episode of Warframe Lore. This is episode 4, the Orokin Empire. The Orokin Empire is a mysterious, technologically advanced transhuman race that rose to power and controlled most of the origin system at the end of the Great Plague. It's unclear when exactly the rise of the Orokin first took place, but it is known they appeared during the Great Plague and may have been responsible for the removal of the Great Plague. We know this because during the Great Plague, almost the entirety of the Earth was infected. However, during the time Warframe takes place, or post-Orokin Empire, Earth is free of the Technocyte virus, and only small pockets of possible infestations exist. The Orokin possessed many technological wonders. They built great spacefaring vessels, and their space stations dot many parts of the system, even inside the great mysterious expanse that is the Void. They were responsible for the creation of interstellar transport devices called solar rails. We also know they created the Warframes Tennos use, and may have created the Tenno themselves. Although the Warframe community is split on if the Orokin are human, AI, or alien, the truth is far closer to transhuman than any other. The main points of evidence for this is the Codex for the Ember Warframe, the Rhino Warframe, and the Mag Warframe. In the Ember Warframe's Codex, the story of a female human Orokin soldier's interaction with what could be a child Tenno, resulting in her disfigurement and later an Orokin-run tribunal or debriefing of some sort. The Codex describes the facial disfigurement of a female soldier and the description of her still intact side of her face, clearly showing it as human. The same Codex tells of people, a group of arbiters, one of which is described to have an old woman's voice, which speaks to the female soldier. One could only assume the writers want you to assume the old lady's voice was human because of the lack of any other details of her voice or body. In the Mag Warframe's Codex, a story told in the point of view of an Orokin Zero-Tech soldier chronicles the events of a battle against what can be assumed to be the Sentients, by the side of a Mag Warframe wielding Tenno. He describes himself and other soldiers as 10 men white-knuckling rifles sucking stale air, and just 10 men like me, strapped in with the very best Zero-Tech suits and weapons the Empire could build. This gives the distinct objective visual of humans in battlesuits waiting for combat. He describes the Tenno standing in the middle of the ship as vaguely human and vaguely feminine. He also describes of how he had been until then a Tenno denier. They were ghosts, propaganda, twisted casualties of the Void era. This suggests that the Tenno were once Orokin casualties of this mysterious Void era. So if Tenno were once human and then became vaguely human, and that they were once Orokin citizens, it would follow that the Orokin are human or transhuman. In the Rhino Warframe Codex, a containment breach inside of an Orokin laboratory is described from the point of view of an Orokin scientist in the company of his colleague named Davis. Although the story never clearly describes the people involved, the writer is clearly wanting to give the reader a visual of two humans running from a threat by giving one of them a distinctly human name. All the above, coupled with the fact there is only one recorded alien race in the Warframe universe, gives the theory that the Orokin are transhuman far more weight. The Orokin were also known for their mastery over not only mechanical and electronic technology, but also biotechnology. There is extensive evidence that they carried out many experiments, including genetic manipulation. Both the Desert Skate and the Kubros seem to have been genetically engineered. While we know Kubros were kept as pets by the Orokin and the Tenno, the reasons for the creation of the Skates is unclear. They are also known for experimenting on the Technocyte virus, and even used it as a bioweapon against the Sentients, leading to the current infestation plaguing the system post-Orokin Empire. It would also seem that the Orokin made many malevolent or morally void decisions on how to carry out their experimentations. There is evidence they used their own population as test subjects in the creation of the Tenno and fine-tuning of the Technocyte virus. At the end of the golden age of the Orokin Empire, a new enemy appeared, known only as the Sentients. Little is known about these beings, but what we do know is that the Orokin Empire and the Sentients became unraveled in an interstellar war that would become known as the Old War. The Sentients seem to have a mastery of technology even beyond the Orokin, rendering the Orokin technology useless. We know the Orokin seem to have been losing the war, and in a last-ditch effort, attempted to use the Technocyte virus as a bioweapon, which failed to stop the advance of the Sentients. Enter the Tenno. Whether through genetic or viral manipulation, an unknown reaction to humans entering the void, or both, the Orokin created a group of warrior clans that would come to be known as the Tenno. Using the Tenno, the Orokin would defeat the Sentients, but that would not save them from their extinction. The fall of the Orokin is as shrouded in mystery as their rise to power. Although we know the Tenno ended the Orokin Empire, we have no idea why they chose their course of action. The main source for the idea that the Tenno caused the fall of the Orokin is the Stalker Codex. In the Codex, through the point of view of the Stalker, the end of the Orokin is chronicled.
The Tenno appeared at the terminus, gleaming and victorious. Our cold and gold embers, breathless, bathed you in savior silk. Then came the sound across all our worlds. All at once, the ceremonial Naga drums, a royal salute to the honored Tenno. 10 solemn beats to declare the suffering was over. I watched from a distance, with the rest of the Low Guardians. With each beat, terror began crushing my throat. The Tenno were not static and silent. They were waiting. They were poised. I tried to call out, but only strangled whispers escaped. When the 9th beat rang, a torrent of blood filled the stadium, loosened by Tenno blades. The drums, the Empire, fell silent forever. Now I hunt, dividing your numbers, watching from that dark place, cataloging your sins. I am the ghost of retribution. You may forget, but you are not innocent.
This is the end of any first-hand information about the Orokin's fall, or the events that occurred directly after the Tenno's betrayal. We know that after the Tenno struck, the Orokin Empire collapsed, the Tenno disappeared, and the Corpus and the Grineer began their rise to power. And as always, please share, like, and subscribe, and comment on the comment section below. I've also started a small Patreon, and I've also opened a PayPal account. The links will be in the description below if you would like to support my channel.